Good morning. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. It's like a 10-part series, professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. This is part 71. And what I'll be doing today is talking about the 2008 New York Giants. Now, this was a team that came off winning a Super Bowl, putting off, to me, the greatest upset I've ever seen in NFL history, being the New England Patriots, who was 18-0, and they beat them, 17-14. The Giants were 10-6 during that season. But the following season, this Giants team was so much better than the 07 team by a landslide, because they improved upon that championship season in 07 and won the NFC East championship. And they finished with the number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs during the Tom Coughlin, who was the coach of the Giants era. And they had 11-1 start, a franchise record. They were the number 1 seed for the first time in 8 years. This team should have won the Super Bowl with the Giants. They could have won back-to-back Super Bowls. I think what hurt the Giants was the fact that Plaxico Burress, what he did off the field, hurt the Giants. Him carrying a gun in a nightclub and shooting himself. He was their big target, their big play guy. And to not have him in the lineup because he shot himself, that hurt the Giants' chances of winning the championship. I think that's truly what happened. They lost the 4 of the last 5 games, and including the playoff game at home, the divisional playoff round against their arch rival Philadelphia Eagles. And I think the score was 23-11. And this team should have won the championship, man. Just looking at what they accomplished, during that time, the Giants qualified for the postseason for the 4th consecutive year. It marked the first time in club history that they had accomplished that. That was something special. This was also the first time the Giants made the playoffs the year after making the Super Bowl, because that didn't happen when the Giants won in '86 and 1990, and when they went to the playoffs and went to the Super Bowl in 2000, lost to the Baltimore Ravens. So, I mean, this team was definitely on point, and they had a great running game, a great rushing attack, because the 2008 Giants became the 5th team in NFL history, only the 15, with 2 players to rush for more than 1,000 yards. Brandon Jacobs had 1,089 yards. Derek Ward had 1,025 yards. And Ahmad Bradshaw did pretty good too. But these 2 guys stood out. I mean, they had a great offensive line. Kareem McKenzie, Sean O'Hara, Kareem McKenzie, Chris Snee. What else is on that offensive line? That was really good. Gotta look at the roster, offensive line. David Deal, Kareem McKenzie, Sean O'Hara, Rich Sherbert, Chris Snee. I mean, this offensive line was tough to deal with. Kevin Booth. Either way, man, this team offensively ran the ball extremely well that year, and they should have won the championship. And this was after Michael Strahan retired on June 9th. Let's get to the defense. We'll get to the defense later. The defense deserves some props too, defensively. Now, like I said, the reason why the Giants didn't win that Super Bowl in 2008 because of one reason: Plaxico Burress. On Friday, November 28th, 2008, Plaxico Burress suffered a self-inflicted accidental gunshot wound to the right thigh. Because he tucked the gun in the waist. He was at a nightclub. Waistband was his sweatpants. And again, sliding down his leg. The good thing it wasn't life-threatening with the injury. He was released from the hospital the next afternoon. But Plaxico Burress turned himself in to police on charges of criminal possession of a handgun. And Burress had an expired concealed carry license from Florida, but no New York license for the gun. So he ended up, serving time. Well, he was suspended. Then he went to jail for that. But he was suspended. He was never on the team. So he was suspended without pay. Rightfully so. That's what hurt the Giants, because the Giants were playing so well. If he didn't do that, I think the Giants win the Super Bowl. And Burress had a very good career. I mean, he caught 553 passes for 8,499 yards, scored 64 touchdowns. This dude was on point. Plaxico Burress was a big time, receiver, underrated, not one of the best receivers, but he was so big, did his thing. Yeah, according to the information that I'm gathering, Michael Bloomberg, the mayor, urged Burress to be prosecuted to the full extent, and saying that any punishment short of the minimum of 3.5 years for unlawful carrying of a handgun would be a mockery of the law. So I think, he served some time. Let's see. Just want to be accurate. How much time did he serve in prison? Okay, he accepted a plea deal in 2009 on August the 20th that would put him in prison for 2 years with an additional 2 years of supervised release. Yeah, he served 2 years because he released. Well, he served 20 months, basically. 20 months. June 6, 2011. He was released from protective custody from the facility that he was in, the correctional facility in Rome, New York, having served 20 months. So it looks like he didn't serve 2 years. But either way, he suffered a lot of consequences, man. I mean, they Giants should have won the Super Bowl that year. They should have won it. I believe that he didn't do this stuff, Giants would have won back-to-back titles. Easy. Because they had the great running game. They had Eli Manning played pretty good that year. Look at his stats. The defense, even without Michael Strahan, they still was good. They still was able to play good defense. So they were on their way. But Burress, in that incident, derailed their chances of winning 2 in a row. Definitely. They were the best team in the NFL by far. Okay, Eli threw 21 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, so pretty good the year. Very solid. Did his thing. See the defense. Justin Tuck had 11.5 sacks. Dice Kiwanuka had 7 sacks. Trying to figure out where they ranked, defensively. Because they had no great pass rush. O.C. Umenyiora. Did he play that year? I think he got hurt that year. Bear for me, I'm just going over, trying to see O.C. Umenyiora. Because I think he got hurt during the preseason before he could even get on the field. Yeah, I'm gonna look him up. O.C. Umenyiora. I think he got hurt. I think he got hurt during that season. I'm trying to see something. O.C. Umenyiora. He was a great player, man. He had 85 sacks, 35 forced fumbles, scored 4 touchdowns. I'm trying to see, did he get hurt? Yes. So if they won that Super Bowl against the Patriots, the following season he got hurt. Suffered a collateral damage in his knee against the Jets. Torn his lateral meniscus. So he ended up joining the Monday Night Crew on October 13th, 2008. So he returned in 2009 and did his thing. Had a second and final career touchdown, also on a sack, forced fumble and recovery. So that's what happened. That was a big loss too from defense, but defense played pretty good. I don't know where they ranked defensively, but I know the defense was one of the best in the league. It had to be. But anyway, let's get into what went wrong in this divisional playoff game against the Eagles, who they lost to 23-11. Very strange, weird score for a playoff game, 23-11. See what went wrong. Okay. Giants got off to a great start. They went 9 plays, 31 yards. They went up 3-0. So let's get it going. Let's get it started. Now, this game between the Giants and the Eagles, right? This was the final playoff game ever played at Giants Stadium, the old Giants Stadium. The old Giants Stadium. So it was the final playoff game ever played at Giants Stadium. So the Eagles defense forced 3 turnovers. They only allowed the Giants to score 3 field goals despite 5 drives inside the Philadelphia 20-yard line. That's the thing. You had a chance to really score touchdowns, you only settle for field goals. Meanwhile, Eagles kicker David Akers, 3 field goals gave him an NFL record 18 consecutive field goals in the postseason without a miss. Now, Bradshaw returned the opening kickoff 65 yards, giving his team the ball on the 35-yard line. The Giants drove to the 4-yard line but settled for field goals. John Carter kicked the field goal and they was up 3-0. Giants forced the punt, but on the first play of their next drive, Eli Manning was intercepted by Asante Samuel, who returned it 25 yards, and that interception led to Dalvin McNabb scoring on a 1-yard run, 7-3. So early in the second quarter, Jeff Eagles' 45-yard punt pinned the Eagles back at their own 5-yard line. One play later, McNabb committed an intentional grounding penalty in the end zone, giving the Giants a safety. So following the free kick, the Giants drove to the Philadelphia 28-yard line, but came up empty when Carney's field goal from 46 yards sailed wide to the right. So, with under 4 minutes left in the second quarter, the Giants defensive back Kevin Dockery intercepted a pass from McNabb on his own 20-yard line. Following a 25-yard run by Brandon Jacobs, Manning threw a 25-yard pass completion to Kevin Balls. And Carney kicked a 34-yard field goal. 34-yard field goal to give New York a 1-point lead, but the Eagles responded with a 25-yard field goal from Akers as time expired, and now the score was 10-8. So early in the second half, New York defensive tackle Fred Robbins intercepted a pass from McNabb, returned it 17 yards to the Eagles' 33-yard line, to set up another field goal. And that's the reason why in playoff games, when you lose a game, is because you didn't capitalize in the red zone. The Giants lost this game because obviously the turnovers, but also the lack of not scoring touchdowns. They could have scored way more than 11 points. But you settle for field goals that can cost you. So despite the defense doing their thing, with Fred Robbins getting the interception from McNabb, 17 yards, they were inside the 33-yard line in Philadelphia territory. But they had to settle for another field goal. Now they had 11-10 lead, but they couldn't stop McNabb on the next drive. He led the Eagles back with 4 completions for 57 yards on the ensuing drive, en route to a 35-yard field goal from Akers. So now they got a 13-11 lead. So after receiving the ensuing kickoff, the Giants got a first down at the Philadelphia 30, thanks to a 34-yard over-shoulder catch by Dominic Hickson on 3rd and 5. The drive stalled and the Giants came up empty as Carney missed the second field goal try, this one from 47 yards. So the Giants had the opportunity, just didn't capitalize. So at the missed field goal, here comes the Eagles and McNabb again. They go 63 yards in 10 plays. Finish the drive with a 1-yard touchdown pass from McNabb to Brent Sellett, reserve tight end. And now, this is the first play of the fourth quarter. Now, Eagles have a 9-point lead, 20-11. And that was it. I mean, the Giants just did not get the job done to make it happen. The Eagles defense went on to dominate the fourth quarter. They forced two turnovers on downs, an interception, and a fumble. Deshaun Jackson caught a 48-yard reception, set up with another field goal for Akers, 3 field goals, and the final score was 23-11. And this was the first time in NFL history that a game has ever ended with this type of score, 23-11. So it was the second straight year that number 1 seed in the NFC lost in the divisional round, as the Cowboys lost to the Giants in 2007 playoffs. The top seed had advanced to the NFC Championship game every year from 1988 to 2006. The Eagles also became the third number 6 seed to advance to the conference championship game and first in the NFC. So I don't think the Giants scored an offensive touchdown. Let's see. Nope, they kicked 3 field goals. They scored on a safety. That's it. They did not score nothing on offense. Nothing. So that's the story, man, on the Giants, man. The Giants just did not do enough to seal the deal. Again, Plaxico Burress, I think if he didn't get hurt, I really believe they would have won the Super Bowl for the second consecutive season. I truly believe that 100%. I think that team definitely had it going, despite not having Strahan, retiring. And then you have a team that kept the train moving. It was doing their thing. But Plaxico Burress shooting himself. That hurt. So that's basically it, man. for this part. What is it? Part 71 of the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. So please like, subscribe to the channel. Do anything to support the channel. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.